You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. A volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. A volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. Greetings everyone. If you can see me, if you can hear me. I know the stream quality as usual. Greetings everyone. If you can see me, if you can All right. Okay, I hear you. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Okay. Greetings, John Kofi, the Pan-African boss. How are you doing? Can you guys see me? Not so good. I know the networks are crazy, but that's not just important for now. You can see me a little bit, but if you can hear me well, that's fine. Okay, we see you clearly and hear you clearly and loud. Thank you. Victor Juma. Hi. I can see you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. If you're joining, please let me know whether you can see me and you can hear me from your devices, okay? And I think those that are already connecting and those that are joining, please come on board, come on board. We have been sleeping for so long. Now it's time to wake up because we are at war. And the war doesn't stop, so we can never go to sleep. So please join me here. And I have a lot to share with you tonight. And also to give you updates on our Pan-African voices that will be coming live this week to share very impactful and strong statements concerning the state of the world and Africans on the continent and in the diaspora. Brother Benson, thank you. Hello, we can see you. Blurred a little bit. Yes, I know. Intentionally, it has to be blurred. Okay, that's so fine. Everything is cool. In as much as you can hear me very well, audibly, that's very important. Forget about the image. That's not so important. You know how I look. You know how cute I am. And I know how you are. I can hear you too. Yeah, we come ready for it. Yes, Victor. We all come ready for it because this is the time, like we say, we must continue to unite because the world is not sleeping. The world is not sleeping. It's either we're still jungling with wars on the continent, but now you see the global space is also getting no peace until Africa is free. And we will continue to fight. We will continue to raise our voices. We will continue to speak out. We would continue to defend Africa in every way possible. Whether you're doing it through culture, through economics, through politics, through history, through conversation, All is we are taking out all our weapons to defend Africa, the Africa that we want. So tonight, I'm just going to give you a rundown program. But before I go to giving you the speakers that will be with us, joining us on season 2 on Pan-African Daily, I want to actually thank all of us on the continent and in the diaspora for the resilience, okay? It's not been easy. I know. I feel it. I hear you. All of you that have been reaching out and say, come back live, Pan-African Daily. This was the only media that made sense to us. When we were sleeping, we could wake up. So yes, wake up. We are back live. Okay? So yeah, we thank you so much for staying constant on the struggle. And the struggle is real every time. Every time we're fighting ahead, they're re-strategizing and coming in our bags. And that means we have to also be strategic. We have to educate ourselves on the position which we are. In the past, we've seen Africans cause a lot, right? There are a lot of bad things that are happening to Africans on the continent and in the diaspora, strategically planned things, actions that are planned on the ground. But of course, in the meantime, Africa is beginning to understand the game of global politics, of security, of economics, of politics. Africans are getting really awake. Not just a coincidence. Of course, 5 years ago, we started those conversations here and we said, enough is enough. Africa would not be that slave child anymore. Before you get our minerals, we have to know everything about it. You know, and you're beginning to see all these sessions that have been going on. Voices are raising from Mali, from Senegal, from Burkina Faso, to south of Africa, to north, to east and west. You see the western of Africa being in the center. And so we are winning. Africa is winning. And we will have Maponga Joshua, who is going to relaunch the reopening session of season 2 on Pan-African Daily. And that conversation is going to be on Match Africa. Africa is winning. And we're going to give you the points at which you are winning, which you're not even aware about it. Okay? And so each time African comes up with a strategy, remember the enemies are not sleeping. They're re-strategizing too. And so when they re-strategize, we do the same thing. But all this, my people, is not happening just because, you know, it's bad luck or good luck. No, it's the time. The ancestors want it exactly to happen like that. Some things would have to happen that they will use a whip on us before we in the diaspora understand that we need to come back home to build Mother Africa. Whether it is happening in the Caribbean or in the Americas, it is time. We have drummed the message and the voices of time is now for 5 years and above. And now there are strategic plans, now actions on the ground. Whether you're living or you're not living, you have to make a choice. All right? I mean, the U.S. leadership is making it very clean and clear to African Americans and telling them you don't belong in every sentence, until even the leadership is telling us out here that we're supposed to have branded slavery with all the positive things that comes with it. And we still have some of us saying, oh no, we just were black, but we're not from Africa. So where did that history come from? When they tell you no, you have to rebrand it. And they tell you slavery was cool. And we have to agree and come to those terms. If you have been sleeping, you have to wake up. It's not the first time. And a lot of bad things are still going to happen. Because when our ancestors are speaking and Mother Africa is calling, we're not listening. They're going to use other dimensions to get us back to our senses. And you can already see it. You see the march going on. You see the sons and daughters from all over the continent. And really, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart and Pan-African Daily TV, we appreciate all the African Americans, the Caribbeans that relocated since 2020 when we started Pan-African Daily, they are tons and tons and hundreds and thousands that moved on the continent. And not just the no names, even the names as well. I mean, it all started the journey back to Africa with His Excellency, our ancestor, Marcus Garvey, when he said, we need to go back and fix Mother Africa. You know, when all the other voices started raising up, like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and every Pan-African that was waking up, we already had voices in the diaspora like Harriet Tubman, Mama Harriet, who already started the work on the ground. And that's the work we are continuing today. So you have to situate yourself and locate yourself in which shoes of an ancestor you're wearing. Because all of us, we do know we are spirit having a human experience. And season 2 on the Pan-African Daily is not just going to be about information. It's not only just going to be about education as well. It's going to be about the steps and actions we need to start taking. Okay, so when Maponga said we have to decolonize our minds from religious colonization, when Kwame Nkrumah said we have to decolonize Africa from its fake independence into real economic independence. Which of the ancestors are you? And today we have our young son and soldier. I call him the husband of all Africans, women on earth, Ibrahim Traore, putting on the shoes of Thomas Sankara and saying, yes, you might be gone, but we are still here. When they thought that they destroyed you, they planted another seed. And even if they destroy me, all the seeds are still going to come up to grow, because I'm already planting mine too. So we're all ancestors having a human experience, and we know it's a continuous fight. And it is time for us to fight for us and our children. We're already in our primes. We're already in the prime time, whether in the early primes or in the later primes. You're going to be hearing voices like Professor James Small, even in his 70s and mid-70s, is still going around the continent, on the continent, and in the diaspora, still waking up the sleeping Africans and saying, it's time. When are you going to go? Where are you going to, even to relocate where your soul, your remains, and your transcendent would be put on the continent of Africa? When are you doing that? And we continue to do the spiral of pilgrimage, of visiting motherland, as if we are tourists. No, we are not. We're going back home. Because at some point in time, the world is telling us, the ancestors are telling us, you must come back home and build Africa. That's where you belong. Whether you stay to fight the air, the wind, the moon, and the sun, wherever you think you want to hold us right, the ancestors would uproot you and direct you back home. And you start thinking it's just a fight against you. No, it's more than a fight against you. It's the time that your ancestors are calling you. And so that's why these bad things and aliens are thinking that they're doing bad things to you. Nobody's doing any bad thing to you. It's just the time for us to go and fix our own home. Thank you very much, Mubarak. I am doing very fine, as you can see. Guma, thank you so much. Yes, we are back on season 2. And Alien Agaba, thank you so much. Wherever you're watching me from, please make sure you like and share and invite. Remember, we were all in the background observing and putting infrastructures on the ground. And so sometimes some people thought, oh, Pan-African Daily is just being lazy, or what is Dr. Tata and team doing? No, we're going to start coming back to show you the evidence on the ground. And we're not scared of anybody to say, sometimes people always come here like, why are we always sharing our secret? Of course, we woke them up since 5 years. We sparked powerful conversations and brought this down on the knees. And that's why the world is going crazy. And the message is very clean and clear. We Pan-Africans worldwide are saying, until Africa is free, we should continue to fight wars, unseen wars, not on the continent of Africa, worldwide. If Africa is not stable, there is going to be no global peace. No global peace. And so if they don't begin to find the root cause of how Mother Africa, the one and the only cradle of mankind, cradle of our kind, would go on and toil and suffer, and you rape and reap and steal and maim and enslave, and you still coming back and looking as if everything is normal. No, all the empire, no empires last forever. Go back to history and you look at the points and the wars and every places. History is always telling us, like Professor James is saying, study your history, you would discover or uncover the mystery. Okay, so I want to thank all of you that are joining and connecting. This week we're going to get King Maponga on Monday. Please save the date, this coming Monday, okay, at 9 p.m. Central European Time. 9 p.m. is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I think that should be about 12 p.m. Pacific times. And wherever you will be connecting on the continent, most of you will fall between 7 and 8, except countries like Ghana, which are 3 hours, or Ethiopia, that is actually, you know, more hours according to the Ethiopian time, right? So it's okay, we're fine. We're going to continue the live this week. We're going to continue season 2, and season 2 is actually, like I said, unapologetically the steps that we're to be taking now. Enough of talking and back to action. Like I said in the past audios that I made, 90% of Pan-African Daily TV followers do agree that, you know, it's enough of talking. We have to move beyond talks and be on the ground. But of course, that's what we were doing. I mean, you can remember in 2020, nobody thought we would get to this point. It was like a dream. And they said those lousy, noise-making Africans have started again. But before you know it, even the most powerful house on the continent, the African Union, is speaking right now. Okay? Governments have been decolonized because of the lectures of the most powerful African voices on the planet that stood every night on Pan-African Daily and taught us who we are and gave back our minds and decolonize our tongues, our narratives, our languages, and even our lifestyles have changed. I mean, when we look behind and look back, and we saw all the feedbacks, it's crazy. The whole social media is black. Like, if you are not creating an app that is attracting the Africans, you're just wasting your time. If Africans are not into your app, nothing is going to happen. And that's the African intelligence, the AI of the African intelligence that was, that is, and that would forever be. Okay? So any product, anything that the world is creating, if Africa is not part of that, that business is going to crumble. You know it. All right? So there is nothing like the diamonds will stop flowing from the earth or from the valleys, from the rivers of Africa, because we are mother. And mother remains the mother forever. If you like, you downsize the maps like you're doing already. If you like, you begin to make the map small. Of course, you've been doing it for centuries. It's been like that for centuries, trying to reposition, reshape the maps, you know, create all the extra boundaries. It's always been like that. Nothing had ever changed. But it's just now that Africans are getting their minds back like we did, like never before. The spirit of Ubuntu, of our ancestors that rose us up and put us on the journey and the work, said, go and do it. In 2020, after 400 years of being slaves in other people's land, because you never, first of all, knew who you were, I will bring you back to the land where you belong. And 400 years was 2020. 20. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 0 plus 0 is 400. Okay? So it wasn't a coincidence that we all launched the ancestral calls and journey in 2020. And be aware that you do not make any mistake. You have to stay focused. You need to stay focused. And the chosen will be the chosen. If you are not in the game, you are not the chosen or the called, you will not be even watching me here. All right, you'll be on some TikTok things and doing some, I don't know what, wallowing around, trying to think that you're going to make some cash when you own a continent of wealth. And your only simple work is to free yourself so you can be as wealthy as you choose to be. So you can be the ones opening the doors, not people opening doors for you. So the moment we wander away from our objectives, from our purpose, the moment we just scale back small into getting pocket money and thinking that we're making wealth and turning around the whole place on the table of chess. No, there will be no global peace until Africa is free. You hear me? And that's going to be our topic on Friday with Dr. Reverend Nina Nakweku, the voice in the diaspora that has stood up for justice for more than 60 years. And he has never changed his position. His position has been no peace, no justice, no peace. Okay? So when on earth, I want to bring you a reminder. When did you ever see all this global? Have you ever seen European powers gather for once? But it's happening. Why? Because somebody is about to speak the truth. Because Mother Africa is arresting everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You're being arrested. You can bring all the strategies and everything. Why is nothing working? And we're not speaking the language that we're supposed to speak, the ancestral language. Where have you kept your powers? Where have you ever seen that? It was written that a star will rise up. And you're seeing it right now. All of you. The little crystal stars that are forming the whole illuminating system, ecosystem of the world are you. And you're on track. So we want to come back on season 2 in a very full-scale, powerful manner. But this time more relaxed. You remember a couple of times, John Africa, you know the story of Pan-African DailyTV. You know a couple of times that we cried here, that we mourned, we wept. Our ancestors, the younger ones that were still in their prime, that were whipped away suddenly from us. His Excellency John Magufuli, and we wept. Professor Pielo Lumumba wept. Maponga Joshua wept. And I can still remember the first show. And all this we're going to rebroadcast to you just to refresh our minds. What are we going to be refreshing our minds on? On the 5 years of Africa and of Pan-African DailyTV. And as we engage into the conversations, like tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to rebroadcast. So we on Pan-African Daily, we're going to rebroadcast the conversation with Reverend Dr. Nina. And that's where we're going to open up the peace process. And in 2021, that conversation was about if peace is possible in the world. Is it achievable? And the next question was, how do we achieve peace without justice? 2021. That is 4 years from today. And so tomorrow on Friday, we're going to handle that topic again, because we said a lot of things that is happening today. The Pan-African Daily TV had been the prophecy, and all the prophecy bringers, all the ancestors that came in every other form to warn us and to show us what is happening today. And every single thing, I will repeat the conversations to you, and everything that we talked about, everything that we envisaged, everything that we prophesied, everything that we foresaw that was going to happen is happening. And so sometimes, like I said in the beginning, it is the time. And I'm so sorry to tell you this. There's not going to be any babysitting anymore. I might say smiling, but this is more than just a smile. What I'm saying. Because season 2 is about the action. Season 2, we're not just going to pamper and cry here for you. I remember the show in Maponga when we saw our Ghanaian, ignorant Ghanaian people carrying up a Chinese man because he gave them water in the village. And it's not even long. It is still happening right now, even from the leadership. But Mother Africa is there on the cane. Is there with a whip in the one hand. We need to wake up, people. I know, because we were away, most of you just slept off. Most of you, you see, you don't even get the notifications because we actually were turned off. Yes, John Africa. You can actually be a witness to that. We were tuned off. And I don't even know most of our subscribers if they still get notifications from us. And that's why we on Pan-African Daily are begging you to recheck your notification and your subscription again. Now we know that we're in a virtual world where robots are really taking actions in your name and signing stuffs in your name. You know, where aliens are really among us, live and direct. And we said all those things here, right? So please check your subscriptions again. If you ain't getting notifications from us, please make sure you resubscribe yourself and click on the notification bells. Today, I'm wearing a mask. I'm in a mask. Okay, never mind about that. Go to the actions. And you know, for us in Pan-African Daily, it's not a game. We're not here to entertain. We are here for the mission to free Africa and to deliver our people out of bondage. Taking back what belongs to us from the hands of the enemies. Okay? And we will do that for our children and our children's children, starting by doing it for ourselves. I mean, if a whole global leader can make it clean and clear and bold and say slavery was killed, that gives me a break. Something is around the corner. Something is blasting up. And instead of you crying, you're being an entertainer. It's not business as usual. Can't you see? Look around you 5 years, 10 years ago, even just 2 years ago, even as a matter of fact, a couple of months ago. Have you ever seen this kind of global traffic? Global traffic, like actually, you know, it's so sweet, Africa. It's the time when the world would cry and you will dance. You would play chess. The time is coming. It's getting up. And the youths, the Gen Zs are waking up. Nobody's waking you up. You know, in the beginning, If we would say conversations like this on Pan-African Daily, oh my God, this channel would have been brought down long time ago. Until they understand that even if you bring down one, millions are going to surface. So it doesn't make sense. So what are we going to do? We need to create tools to distract them and put them on small content creating petty things, and then they would forget the fight. No, we're going to use the tools to unite. We're going to use every single tool in our mission to deliver and our mission to advocate for justice. I mean, can you imagine a couple of months ago, not months, years, it was all over the news, you know, and that's the game. They play one game and come back with 10. Oh no, there was a visit to Namibia where we did recognize our deeds, how we killed people, how we stole land, how we destroy, and we actually accepted and like, oh, we never even knew that our ancestors, with your ancestors, did that. We're going to pay reparation. There's not even time to pay reparations now, because Africans are not even ready again now for reparations. They just saying, my dollar, my diamond is going to speak for me. Even the issue, the distractions of reparations, Africans are no longer interested. You heard it when Professor Pierre Lumumba celebrated 30th anniversary, doing services to the continent for 30 years. You heard it from Professor James Small when he went around his tours. He's been on the mission for more than 60 years. He's never had reparation. For what? Reparation for what? Keep the chicken change. Keep the balance. Keep the tips. But this Africa that is coming up, you know it by its name, by respect, through justice. It is not like paying for your wrongs. There's no payment for your wrongs. There's no payment for your wrongs. Because Mother Africa is taking back what belongs to it. That is the balance. That's the spirit of my art. Balance. And so for the past times, couple of months ago, normally the season 2 would have started on April 4th, because season 1 started on April 14th, 2020. And so actually we wanted to launch season 2 because season 1 was just about information, awareness, wakening up the consciousness, bringing us together, connecting us. And we did our job in a very exceptional way, incredible way. If we look at the little hands, it was not up to 12. We were not 12 disciples even on Pan-African Daily that kept repeating one single message, only one. And that message was delivered by all the ancestors that I know spoke about African unity. Until Africa unites, Africa would continue to suffer. And for us to get to unity, we need to know who we are. You cannot unite if you don't even recognize that your siblings were enslaved. We cannot unite if we in the diaspora don't even know that when they enslaved us, they colonized us on the continent. And now we begin to play their games and fighting each other because we're confused, because we don't even know each other again. And we keep blaming each other. Oh, Africans on the continent, oh, Africans in the diaspora, and the whole crazy stuff. It's not going to work this time around. It is not going to work. This time it will not work. That game will not work. It is not going to happen, not in this century. Africans will not fight themselves again. Africans will not kill themselves again for you. No manipulations. Of course, we still have a little that is still on track, but I can tell you, even those that we thought, you know how much we even banged against our leaders and called them puppets? It's the first time I heard that word, and that word was repeatedly here on the Pan-African Daily. Puppets of the West, puppets of the West. And I like, puppets, what are puppets? And it became like a slogan. It became a narrative. And our young children growing up into the freedom movements that we are liberating today also got to begin to use such terms. No. We will play the puppets until the right time that you saw. All right. And even when we still come back to tell you we are sorry, and we call you sir, and we answer yes sir to you, to feed your ego and make you feel great and like I am the boss in this place. You know, when they say before your downfall comes, that's how you begin to buckily, being stupid. So Africans, we are winning. I've never seen an African like this when I was growing up. Like, I really am grateful that we were chosen into this mission and we're doing the right thing. I mean, like in the diaspora here before, when the Westerners used to ask us, oh, you came, when are you going back to your countries? It was like a taboo. Those are the kind of things we used to say it was racism. And we used to blame ourselves and like, oh, why are they telling us we're also Europeans? But you know what? These things begin to come because even your ancestors come in every color to remind you all the time that it's time for you to go and take care of your mother. And as long as we don't take care of our mother, who is that? We're talking about the entire, I'm talking and I'm addressing the entire ecosystem. Everything that breathes and lives and regenerates and recreate. And we were given the privilege to be able to control that. And now we take humans, particularly Africans, as rabbits in your research centers, right? So my people, we are back. Thank you, Danielle Coleman. Okay, thank you. Greetings to the great Dr. Susan Tata. Feels good to be here again. Yes, we are on season 2 on Pan-African Daily TV. And season 2 is about the action on the ground. Season 2 is coming back because we have sparked up information, and people who used to think that these lousy Africans know nothing than going around, marrying 20 wives and impregnating and just producing children like, whom they cannot even feed, And before the world would open its eyes, Africa was bringing the solution that the world needs. And they never respected. They never even listened. They don't even see us. Even no matter how we are getting bigger and bigger in our afros, the afros are beginning to be so big that you cannot even, kind of like ignore us. I mean, like before we like, we have to keep our cornrows. We have to keep of course we do. And we know for every reason. And so every war has a uniform, you see it. When the military is going on military parade, do they just go in suits and ties? Or when they're going to hold business deals, who was the one correcting his brother in Europe about how you don't even know to wear a suit and a tie? And the brother thought, the Judo brother thought, we're at war. Why do I need to look good to go to war? You know, and that's the point. When we started, there was still the resistance or resilience among us, the resistance among us to even embrace the truth, to embrace our word, to embrace the lectures. A lot of people just thought, it's just another thing. It's just another YouTube channel. It's just another platform where, you know, Africans are just talking. I mean, these elders, their time is gone. We are the young ones. We're slain. You know, we have our own way of falling in love and doing things. Habari, my queen, thank you for being here. Dave, veteran, thank you. I just said before some of you were joining, or I think you were watching me from the background, that please recheck your subscriptions on Pan-African Daily and recheck whether you're getting your notifications, because we're getting on season 2 and it's going to be hot, because we've all made our experiences, incredible experiences. All the lectures that we were having here now are coming back in a very in a very appalling way, because you definitely have been on the ground, and some of the words that we heard were put into action, or you had to confront them. That's why I say it again. I congratulate the diaspora, the millions, the thousands that have relocated in just 5 years, and they're doing pretty well. Because there's some little challenges of, what did you think we were going to do? That we'll just meet each other and just make banku and eat at the table? No, we're still going to smell. What's smelling here? All right, either my English is not good enough like what you used to hear, okay, or my body doesn't smell the fakeness that we used to cover all this filth. In the name of what? In the name of trying to be civilized, coming from the continent of civilization. We were still coming to learn about civilization until now we see, until we see that until Africa would have a seat and contribute to global peace and economics and everything, nothing is going to work. And we will continue to fight for our children, but fighting for ourselves, because we are in a beautiful prime. And none of you watching me would disagree no further with me that there has been a cleansing, a total cleansing. You have been rebaptized. And if you want me to use the language of the church, you've been born again. You've been born again. The seeds that have regenerated. Look at you. Look at you in the mirror. And look at how young you are all the time, because your cells have to regenerate, getting ready for season 2 on Pan-African Daily TV. You see the way I'm glowing? Oh my God, you don't even know any. You see, that's why I put I just don't put the lights on, because I want you to hear me than see me. Because if I turn up and light up this studio, you will not be able to stand me. The beauty is glaring, okay? Because I've been born, I've been cleansed, all the filth has been washed away, and I had the time to confront my fears and look at the mistakes that we did or that our predecessors were doing and make a change. Probably we're still going to have the opportunity to get season 3, but I already think season 2 is good, because season 1, where we started on Pan-African Daily here, caught fire. Go back into our shrines and wake up all the ancestors. Pour libations to them. Thank them that we're already in the good footing as we begin to embrace season 2. A lot will still fall. This is just, we said it. Dr. Tony Jaja said it. Al Wahab said it. Rutendo Mitanyare said it. Maponga Joshua said it. Professor P.L.O. Lumumba said it. Dr. Arikana Shihomborikwa said it. Professor James Moore said it. Professor Molifi Asante said it. Tagi Grant said it. Felicia said it. Professor Baina Bello said it and said it and said it. And now she's even come up with a book. That's what I'm saying. Season 2 is going to be hot on Pan-African Daily. I just want, I would have come live with one guest, but I had to come today, and tomorrow I'm still going to be here alone to prepare you for season 2. Season 1 caught us unaware on Pan-African Daily because we were faced with exactly, you remember, like in those days in the Bible when they said, "What I really don't know, I used to be," and the plague that fell on earth and caused a lot of destruction. 2020, we had that plague. Came back again to remind us this was time for justice and reparation. Pay it or you go down. And we still did not hear. We still even thought it was our human intelligence. And we could justify it with every single thing. But we did not see the period that we're in now, struggling to make things work. For who? How? Without Africa? Without Mother Africa? Who ever lied to you? Who's ever been lying to you? So, but you see, one time I said it. We came on the journey and we met a lot of experiences and good people on this journey. I can guarantee you. And the words sink into my head every time. We met good people in the diaspora, and those people knew the truth and told us the truth in the beginning. When I was still just like a creeping baby out here, I mean, like in my early days when I relocated, I didn't know anything until I met one of those good people who told me, please, as an elder, I'm begging you, the day we are going to come to seek asylum on your continent, remember the good that we did to you in the diaspora and forgive us. It was like rocket science. I didn't even know it. I didn't even listen to that. It didn't even make sense to me at that time. Because I was running from my paradise and thinking that, I was coming. I mean, like our ancestors sent us on the journey to go for the experience and fall and fall and fall. No matter how long you're going to fall, but you come back with the results that we wanted. And this is exactly what happened. Please remember us the day we are going to come for help. Remember the good that we did to you. And it's the same thing I'm telling my diasporas. We have been in the diaspora. We are still in the diaspora. Our children are in the diaspora, be it in the West or whatever we call ourselves. We have made a lot of good people. We have made so much good people, good systems somehow that have been a contribution to enhancing our journey, our knowledge for the liberation of our people. They've given us tools, given us spaces to recreate. It is like a global platform. Show what you can do when we give you your freedom. Show us what you can do, what you think you can do the day we not give you freedom, the day you get your freedom, the day you're going to seize it like you're seizing it. What are you going to do with it? And so we all display this. We're on the global stage. Those that are still saying no, I don't want to go, like babies. No, I don't want to go. I would die here. I would do for what? They all know you don't belong. You yourself, you know. You cannot build a civilization and leave yours to rot. And your ancestors will say, nah, come back, mother. Come back. It's time to feed our people, feed ourselves. It's time to even provide solutions. And those solutions might just be only the way you dance, only the way you laugh. Who laughs out here these days? It is even getting more crazy. Who? If you were about chasing the little bread and thinking that you're still going to survive, it is the time that Africa is putting up its Ubuntu-ness. We're surviving through the philosophy of I am because you are because I am. Does it make sense now? When you're on the continent, you still have the luxury, the biggest luxury in the world. You don't understand what you have. You don't know because you were not called into it. And the time you even go and beg and pay monies and pay and dust and do and really just want to come get the experience. You're not giving the chance. It's because you're saved. It's because you are like you're the king. Stay there in your glory and everything. After you created the wisdom and the knowledge. So what are you looking for again? You're looking for yourself in a place where you don't belong. You're searching for you. What are you searching for? Recheck your subscription and make sure you're subscribed. Because season 2 on Pan-African Daily TV, reparations, are you here with me? It's not going to be easy. He's going to be feeding us with a lot what's happening on the ground. A lot of coup d'etats. And this time you're going to shoot in the air. Even the waters. People will drink. My mom used to say, you know what? In her prayers, when she's speaking, pouring her libation, she will always feel like, anything that we eat that is poisonous, we're going to pee and do the number 2. So why? Because you can select anything that comes in and goes out. All depends on you. You have the yam and the knife. So I want to thank all of you that joined the preparation show for season 2. I'll be live again tomorrow, just to continue to refresh your mind and also to give you more security on the fact that you never thought that we were live again, but we're live now. And I know what I'm saying because, a lot of people, even as you're watching me now, some of you are still thinking, no, is this a live or a rebroadcast? No, but Pan-African Daily T-shirts, because that's the uniform that we're gonna be on Pan-African Daily. None of my shows did I put on this, isn't it? None of my shows did you see us put on this. So this is the new show. Don't worry about. I don't know why they call us this. Normally, the Pan-African call us this way. The DTV. It's just acting up. Anyway, don't worry. So if you want yours, just you'll be getting yours at your doorsteps. So we're gonna be doing that's what we were talking about, the actions that we're going to be taking. Fun K-Drama, thank you so very much, brother, for reminding us to click the button. Click the like button, people. Click the like button. We're not many here today, but I'm even happy to see us. We're about 50 watching. And we are just streaming on 2 platforms. So 50 is a very good number for a start after a couple of almost a year that we've not been live on Pan-African Daily, and 50 is a great number to have you here. But if you would like and share and begin to remind each other that season 2 is coming, and we're starting already on Monday with King Maponga. I mean, the continents always beat the tone of the drum, and then the diaspora, while we are setting in and giving Professor James enough time to rest from the pilgrim that he just went to Ghana 3 weeks ago with almost 100 of us. He's also around, trying to recover and recreate again. While we're giving time to Professor Pielo and the other teachers that are around on the mission, that I should have been a part of that mission, but I was kept right here to prepare you for season 2. So we didn't go anywhere. We did the work in the background. What you're seeing, the effects on the front line. And so we're ready now for season 2 to actually go into the practice, take your feedbacks, what you've also been doing, connect back to you, and trying to redress if there's some stuff that we need to, put on the ground. And continue to give our young powers, our young Gen Zs, our young people, the tools that they need to free themselves. Most of them already have seized the batons from our hands as well, without even asking permission. That's how much I love you, Africa. That's how much I love the young people. I'm telling you, I'm like, this breed, the Africans that you're seeing right now, any woman that is pregnant, that is creating themselves again is conscious of the kind of children that they're bringing into the world. I can guarantee you. I've never seen so many Africans, I'm telling us, proudly. Oh my God. If you watch events, because I'm into events as well, and particularly culture, the cultural decolonization of Africans, if you watch what's going around this season, and there's still the vacation out here, what kind of conventions have we not seen? Groups coming together, tribes coming together, manifesting that element to say, even out of the continent, we never left our identity. Thank you so much, One Olive Stone. So we love you, our queen. I love you. I love, it. You just know it. That's the one thing that my ancestors gave to me in abundance to give to you is love, unending love. Okay, that it is while my kings and the others and the other queens are on the ground, I was put here to put that love into you. The value that you once lost, that any person in any form tried to disrespect and disregard you. Tell you, it's the last game. It's a last game. You have done so well, Africa. Africans, you have done exceptionally well. And I can list all the points to you. But that will be a conversation for another day. Even though you think that you are just not doing enough, and sometimes you think you are losing. Hey, come on. If I translate what you've been seeing and the real thing that is happening, you understand where you're coming from. You would know you are a spirit. Even though you're looking at yourself and you think you know yourself, you still don't know it. So season 2 is going to be hot, people. I think we'll be relocating at least again. We've had tens and thousands settled now. Even most of the trips now are going really like citizenry, not just going like pilgrimage, not just going like tourists. They will be leaving to settle in the land of motherland, whether it be the first time. And you know what? We don't even worry what is going to happen to you. We don't bother about that. And you yourself don't have to worry what will happen to you. Sometimes you're afraid of just being happy. You know, I told you 1 million times on Pan-African Daily that sometimes we're just afraid to embrace even wealth because we've been so bamboozled into thinking that you're so poor until even the money that is coming, you're afraid. And it's the same thing with our freedom. What is freedom? The only person that I know is free is the person that is free to do what they think they can do at any time, free to just even pee, or free to just get up and walk on foot and without being guarded. You saw the video that I posted about how when we go out, our head of states go out for a stroll, just for a walk. People will look at it and they call it freedom. And so, Africans, you've done so well, and you're doing so well. Of course, we've had to pay so much. Who doesn't pay? Is this a time we're going to be waggling and djembeing and dancing to the tone and the beat of Mother Africa? Why some people will cry for the next decades of their lives, if at all they will even be given the privilege to cry? So Africa, you're well and doing fine. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on you. Don't be discouraged. Oh, I'm not doing this. You're doing so well, fantastically well. If you breathe and you see me live tomorrow, you're doing well. Click the like button, invite one another, share the conversation. All right, we are 50, we're almost 60 now, and if we would get 60 likes and we're fine. I mean, I know from one source is showing that we're watching 16, because I'm watching, to correct this here. And so we're very fine. I'm so happy to connect with us again. I'm so happy that we're here tonight. And I'm so happy that most are going to know that we're getting into season 2. And of course, I'll be fine tomorrow. You'll see me. You'll see how glittering I am. And I want to see you. And I want to know where you're connecting from. I want to know whether you're still turning on your notification bells. I want to know what you've been doing. Because I'm telling you what I've been doing. One step after the other. You're going to be asking questions. At what day, what time, what was I doing? I'm going to give you and straight what I've been doing in my life. Because exactly that's what the Bible says. When you would go to heaven and your Father in heaven, those of you who keep your fathers in heaven, our fathers are on earth. So when your Father in heaven, I don't know where the heaven is, would ask you, what have you been doing with your life? Ancestors are questioning us that every day. Are you still in the program? Are you still in tune with us? Do you still know who you are? Are you still connected? Do you still remember the 12-12? Have you set up your alarm? Is it still ringing at 12-12? What have you been doing with your life? That's how every morning I have to answer questions to my ancestors. What have you been doing? I say, I was sleeping. I get up in the morning. I've been sleeping. Oh, I slept so well. And even when I begin my journey, and every single step I give accountability to what I've been doing to my ancestors, every single minute. And we are going to take that step because we're going to activate all our weapons, activate them, and get ready. Get ready. Don't be taken unawares. Don't be. The biggest weapon of our unity and the biggest ships are being built right now. You know, the ships that were put on, and those ships that we were refusing, and most of us, from the 12.5 and the 10.7 that arrived, most of those ships, those that refuse and choose the ocean, this time the ships are coming back. And nobody is going to be on board. Everybody. Dave, you said, I'm from the Commonwealth of Dominica, but I am based in the UK. You're African. And you're based out of motherland, but you're Africa where you are, Dave. That's fine. Okay? I don't care who you are or where you come or where you've been. You're African. That's what Professor James taught us. And that's what our ancestors want us to know all the time. Like, give a record of your daily activities. And so we're going to step on it on Season 2 on Pan-African Daily TV. So let me welcome you, and I thank you for this show tonight. And I'll be live again tomorrow. Continue to refresh your minds. Continue to reassure you. Continue to empower you and to inspire you and to tell you the truth. To bring you the spirit of Ubuntu. To bring you the salutation. Please make sure this season is a season of returns. We're going to fund Pan-African Daily TV. We're going to support it. We're going to finance it, just like we've always been doing, but this time consciously doing it. We're going to donate. You're going to sign up a membership program with me, at least to contribute at $10 or £10 monthly, because that's going to be your ancestral dues. We labored. We didn't ask anything. But now we have a lot of work on the continent to do. None of us is taking support to earn a salary. We don't need that. We're enough. You know how we mind our business. You know how we cut our coats according to our sizes. If you look at all the freedom movements and the freedom fighters, today now we're having Dr. Nintembo in Namibia as the president. As the president. And this is one of the frontliners of the freedom movement fighters in Namibia. So it doesn't matter when you start the fight. It matters how you're going to end it. And most of you that we are handing the education to liberate and to free Africa, to conscientize on building the African we want, you're going to end up president, even in your 80s or in your 90s, in your 70s. Even if you are not a president, you're already on it right now. And that's a membership fee that you have to pay. In life, nothing comes out of nothing. Our ancestors have put us here. They've given us the knowledge. They've given us the means. They've given us the power to work. I work. I just don't even work any kind of those fancy, I don't know how they even, why they even call it white collars. Let me say I job. I do jobs to sustain the movement, to sustain the fight, to sustain myself as well. Okay? We need to work. We need to fund Pan-African Daily TV Season 2. Season 1 was free. We did every single thing. But now that the ships are relocating, we need to put a lot on the ground in terms of reintegrating our people. We're putting centers on the continent, Pan-African Daily TV centers, welcome centers. We already have one operating now in the Ghana. Because in Ghana, we realized that the first contingents that went, most of us were just, we are spontaneous people. When the ancestors call you home, they just move. And a lot of people just moved. They were youth, there were elders as well amongst them. They took upon the journey. They didn't care where they were going to. They're like, I don't care, I'm going home. They sold their properties. I think you listened to the short podcast that I did, the audio podcast. For those of you who haven't, go back to this page and listen to it. I jungled just the little challenges that we had, because these are the contingencies when they went, being excited and having been pumped them with Ubuntu love on Pan-African Daily. They thought they were going to meet Mama Tatas and Dr. Tatas and Susan Tata and Amy Tata and Nana Efwa all around the continent, embracing. But they forgot to understand the reality on the ground. And they were so disappointed. Of course, I do understand them. They were totally disappointed. And most of them are planning to return. And I said, no, stay. It is better to fight the fight on the continent, because we look alike. And our fight, they don't last long. And we settle them. Before you know, we're dancing and eating and sharing fufu. That's not a fight. That's a love fight. That's a fight between lovers, between new people that are married. When lovers marry for the first time, the joy, the anxiety, they do a lot of crazy things. Even when the fight is a sweet one. And that's the kind of fight that we're fighting now amongst ourselves. Having been away for 500 or thousands of years, separated from one another, what did you think? And so the love among us is pouring at extremes. Don't worry what you see, and don't be discouraged, and don't be so quick to judge. How can you run away from a dungeon and you're coming back just because somebody did not speak this accent that you were used to? And because we've been trained differently, and now you go to the real world. And you say, oh no, they're thieves, they're scammers, they're putting a lot of sense into your head, because we've been taught wrongly. You have to learn the tricks in life and know how it is. But I love my elders who reach out to me, particularly the group in Ghana, and said, you know what, Dr. Tata, yes, it's hard on the ground to integrate, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm here to stay. Okay? So yes, people, that's the new spirit on Pan-African Daily that is coming back in season 2, and it's going to be really unapologetically. Oh my God, please give me a word in Swahili or Twi to just say these things. John Africa, how do they say unapologetically in Twi language? Oh, people. Wonderful. So yes, like I said, I'll be here back live tomorrow, and we're going to continue to just a warm up, just a catch up again, just to activate our algorithms on Pan-African Daily that yes, we're live and we're true humans, right? And they'll ask, hey, is it a bot? Because people now are cloning, people are putting voices and faces together that they will be thinking, is this Dr. Santa? Wait, I'm beginning to smell each other. A lot of funny things are going on with the technology now that we're having. And sometimes our algorithms don't really know if we're real humans, if we're doing the right things, or we are just bots like everybody or like every other thing. But we are real. And us being on Pan-African Daily all the time activate again, even the subscriptions, even the ringtones, even for our people to gather here, and also to give really us the privilege again to just connect, the privilege again to share with one another. Remember 2022, what brought us together? And like some people were like, oh, you know what, like, no, I don't want to call them words. Because the one thing that you will learn on Pan-African Daily in new season is the things you should never say. Words that you should never say. Like you're going to really have to clean it out of your tongue. And those are the powers that we're beginning to command. Okay. So I want to thank Nongo, who is watching me from South Africa. I thank Reparation, who is watching me from Ghana. I thank Dave Veteran, who is watching me from UK. Dave, Dave said, "Oh my God, Dr. Tata, you sound like Peter Touch." Who knows? Maybe, maybe. Yeah. So I want to salute it's Miss Val. Miss Val, I don't know where you're watching me from. Please, if you just type your locations where you're watching me tonight, I really would be happy so I can give you a shout out. You know, it's been long. Not really long as to that, but you see, we're ripening in a very in another direction, in a very fine, in a very fine direction. Okay. So yes, thank you, one only C Westo, Funky Drama. Thank you so very much. Wherever you're watching me, Daniel Coleman, South Carolina, it's Miss Val. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Of course, the diaspora is in the house to be. And you know, we control Pan-African Daily TV. I'm really gonna say it the way it is. Pan-African Daily TV is the seed and the baby of the diaspora, particularly those in America and the Caribbean, you know, and the continentals. We're just profiting because this is a diaspora channel where we are coming home. And when we are coming home, we expect some order on the continent. We expect respect. We expect you to embrace and open up the doors for us. That's why I still say this is a diaspora show, migrant diaspora, and indigenous diaspora. I mean, I call it indigenous diaspora. My God, 500 years. GB Traveling Traveler, thank you. You're watching me from Ghana. Thank you so very much. Phonic Drama, Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Indiana State. Yeah, I know it. I've been there. Thank you. So, like I said again, this is a diaspora channel. This is a production. Pan-African Daily TV is a production, and it is the voices of the diaspora and the voices of Africans worldwide for sure. But what I'm saying is season 2 is really going to focus on the diaspora, because it's like doing all the research on the continent. We don't have information and knowledge about the diaspora. And that's why when we go home, we always looked upon as strangers, as visitors, as tourists, right? And currently, Pan-African Daily TV is working on a diaspora studies curriculum for African universities and schools, all right? Because we in the diaspora, for real, we struggle a lot to learn the history of the continent. I mean, some of us like continentals, we do know it, but you see, when you relocate from the diaspora to come from the continent to come to the diaspora, you're coming for survival. You're coming for what? So many reasons. But the diaspora, when they're coming back to the continent or coming to the continent for the first time, they're coming home. That's the difference. While you are leaving home, we are coming home. And when we are coming home, we expect to find the house in order. That is why season 2 is going to be more of like diaspora studies for you on the continent. We don't have time to be, to waste on other political distractions. Of course, we'll bring them once in a while in a news flash or question and answer, or those of you who want to know the happenings, because you thought it was an African thing. We on Pan-African Daily, Africans, we were thinking this was our thing. Have you seen the other medias? If they're not talking about Africa, no news. Period. Now they begin to cease even the things that we were fighting for exposure. And like, oh, you don't see it anywhere. This is happening and nobody's talking about it. Now that we are just minding our business, drinking our water and building our continent and building ourselves, now we automatically, all the other news, because they are so bankrupt of nothing that is happening around them, that they only have to talk about Africa. You don't talk about Africa, what will you talk about? If you don't talk about Africa and Africans and this African intelligence, what will you be talking about? Your channel is going to be so boring. We used to talk about terrible leadership on the continent. That was when we were not born. We were not born again, as I said tonight. I use the church terms because we've been sometimes so into this thing that we need to use those terms to understand what we're saying. We have been so born again, but before we used to beg some exposures, beg. Why are you not showing this? Why are you not talking about the things that Africans are fighting for themselves? And now suddenly, because without Africa, you're nothing, not even your channel or your news. If you don't color it, what is making news in the world? If you don't talk about Africans, if Mr. Donald Trump, the president of America, is not busy changing the Constitution, is not busy trying to whitewash the American system now, what is news in America? Nothing. We're not going to be talking, otherwise they will be calling Zelensky every day to come and we remind him that he doesn't even know how to dress well. So people, you are so as relevant. Nobody needs to tell you. The creator, the mother, the human species, where everything, the beginning and the end. And you still want people to tell you? You still want me, Dr. Tata, to sit here every day and be telling you things that you already know? No, season 2 is not going to be about, oh, this is Africa. Oh, look at us. We are young and beautiful and fresh. Oh, no, you see, as you see me like this, I'm beautiful. I'm this, I have my afro. No. Season 2 is about how we do the placements, how we help Ibrahim Traore, how we help all those that are waking up, who needs our help. Now the fight with our know-how is not going to stay here. It's bringing those skills that we've always been talking about, that we're taking those skills to go and build Africa, even though we brought the skills to ourselves. So all the know-how, whether we've learned it in our military, whether we've learned it in school, whether we've learned it just helping in home health care, in elderly care, we are taking it back. Whether we have been the best cleaners as Germany, nobody cleans the streets as German people. No, I don't know any. I've been to all the countries. There's no place this is clean, even from the houses as Germans. It's like part of it, part of us, as they can say. But now we're taking those cleaning jobs to clean our streets in Africa. And that's what we're saying. Fun Pan-African Daily TV. Oh my God, it's Miss Val. I just thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your $20. That's the new spirit on Pan-African Daily. You've just opened this new show by blessing us right here, by telling us this is the way we have to go. This is the way we have to do. And we're not going to apply for any funds. You listen to the conversation Professor Pierre Lumumba I shared with you. And what did he say for 30 years that he built the Lumumba Foundation? 30 years. What did he say? When we celebrated him on Pan-African Daily for that extraordinary milestones, he said, we never took grants or support. All what we were able to do is voluntarily sacrificing ourselves and from contribution from the ones that are us. Exactly like It's Miss Val is just done. We are not going to apply for any grants for anything. Our grant applications will land at each of your doorsteps by listening to us and just by doing what you're supposed to do. I know he contributed. You know, thank you for the big star. So you can send us your contribution at panafricandailytv@gmail.com on PayPal. And we're going to get it instantly. All right. PayPal at panafricandailytv@gmail.com. So we are going to reboot, and we want to get at least most of our support to start putting up the infrastructures that we diaspora expect to see. Because this, I don't want to call that name again. The issues of the continent has to be solved from the continent, right? We are coming home. We know nothing. And you want to double, I don't know what, charge us as if you're charging some Chinese that you don't even have the nuts to charge them. Or the Indians, or even the Vietnamese, just all those, I don't know. We want to put our infrastructures the standard that we know, that we're used to. And so this is the season where we are going to donate to, and tell us the country you want to relocate to. We're going to make sure we take care of you on Pan-African Daily. You're going to sign up. I've just put the WhatsApp number is a new number. And this new number is only to take care of our diasporas that are relocating home, or diasporas that have questions about the continent. It's going to be a hotline service for us, because we don't want to make such mistakes again. Our brothers and sisters, our siblings, hoping to go to what they call home, coming back with tears and regrets in their eyes. It means while we were drumming and sending you home, we forgot to put the infrastructures that you needed. The real people that want you home in the first place. And secondly, not just only the people that want you home, how we want to see home. We're used to living a standard of life. Because we're relocating to the continent doesn't mean that we have to go and enter into places we're not used to. Remember, we need time to learn the ways of the continent. But before we do that, we already have a standard of ourselves. And so we cannot just get back to go and walk empty foot, or walk into the jungles, or live in places where we're not. No. We are not going to do that. It will take time for us to do that. So that's what you have to understand, because most of the complaints I hear from from our people on the continent is like, oh, we disregard them, we don't consider them. Of course, we're coming home after carrying the wages and the sickness, as I can say. After, you don't have a clue. Ask your siblings in the diaspora. I know, even if they tell you you'll not agree, you'll not agree to that. Okay, so it is not easy. When we're coming home to stay home, to place a place we call home. Most of us have never been on the continent. We're running away from the risk here and saying we don't even care what kind of jungle we're going to go. We're taking the ashes of our lost ones and even keeping already our transition homes back there on the continent. And only again for us to come and start another fight? No. We're going to fund Pan-African Daily, not fund Pan-African Daily as you're funding Dr. Tata. No. We have a hotline service for the diaspora. Any place you want to relocate, any part of the continent that you want to go through, get to us. We're going to relocate you and you'll be fine. We did it already to all our people that came through the Pan-African Daily that are on the continent. We never had a word from them of complaint because they know where to have always asked. And we know the people, the centers that we're putting up there to relocate, to welcome, to integrate, to stand by you, to do due diligence for you. We understand it, and you can hold us accountable because we have a face. It's a true face. It's not a robot. Okay, so yes, thank you so very much. Like, we have reparations. She's right down there in Ghana. Okay, and and she's lived in the LA for long. She's been in the diaspora for long. She's from Ghana, yes, and she grew up on the continent and she lived in the diaspora and she knows. And of course,
You cannot even go give your money to people that don't even follow the same dream like you. If you meet us on the Pan-African Daily, it means we are on the same dream. We're on the same journey. We're in the same fight. We know why we are and what we are and how we are. So there's no doubt about it. Look for a family that looks like you, speak like you, speak the same language and values like you. Don't come to Pan-African Daily, profit from the networks and the contact, and then go make your own decisions and come back and cry. I can't help you. I have my own job to do. My ancestors have put me on my own job too. And it's really heavy, right? But what we have decided, look into all those complaints, take all those files, is just to create a solution, right? So thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Val. Thank you. Oh, I see Sister Sherry, Queen Sherry. Thank you. You're here. Thank you so very much, our honorable member. And I also want to remind our members, those that are on YouTube membership, we don't get any contribution from you. I don't know how YouTube does it. Like I said, they already unturned the notification bells because at some point we were absent doing the other background work or being on the field for so long that the algorithms of YouTube did not recognize us again. So I'm still asking again, please check your notification bell, check your subscriptions. If you're not getting jingles from us, check if you actually turn up the notification bells. If not, please do it. We're also going to plead to build a group of subscribers, recruiters of subscribers, because most of the feedback that we got are people will say, oh, we never heard about Pan-African. If Professor James were not somewhere and said it. So we want to actually go intentionally to recruit our subscribers, people who are really hungry for us to continue the journey to motherland, who would be sharing their experiences, who would be volunteering, but of course, who would just actually, whether at your workplace or in any places that you are, just turn up your phones and ask your neighbor to subscribe to Pan-African Daily, because it's only in this kind of contingency. Currently, we're talking about 113 subscribers. But sometimes, like if I watch us now, for instance, we're just, how many? 60 watching now for 113 subscribers, because a lot did not turn on their notification. Even most that turn it on, sometimes they were not in touch again. So please, that's the first thing I'm begging and asking you. Check your subscription and check that your notification bells are on, so you don't miss any information we're going to give here. Is really going to be important. Okay. Yes, reparation. I see you signing up. I see you showing up your hand. Thank you. I think I have greeted everybody and all of you that have been watching. Thank you so very much. And I think I have a family. Oh my God. My family from Slovenia, Czechoslovakia. Victor Juma, I already had give a shout out to you and all those that are watching. So thank you so very much. We're going to see ourselves tomorrow. Like I said, Benjamin Thompson. Benjamin, I know you didn't want to show your face. Now that I say I'm leaving, each time I said bye and you start popping up. Benjamin, thank you so very much. You're the powerful voice that have never left. Whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube or on WhatsApp chats, you're always there. There's some people who never leave, like us that are watching right now, and those that are even will still join us. So please make sure after the conversation, tell all our loved ones, our families, that we are back. I want to see Ernest Parker. I want to see Kofi Zuma. I want to see, Sherry is already here, Snovia, and all of us. We're just so many. Thank you for blessing us, Queen. I really appreciate you. It's not about your $20, but it's a blessing. It's an opening Okay, it's the opening of the new season, and that's very symbolic. We will not even touch this first one. It's just going to be like the basis upon which all other stones will be built. Okay, wonderful. So thank you. Continue to support Pan-African Daily. Like I said, this is a refreshment show as we start season 2. Maponga Joshua would be coming up. The King is coming up on Monday, 9 p.m. Central European Time. That is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12 p.m. Pacific. Okay. On Friday, we're going to have Reverend Dr. Ninana Kweku, and he's going to continue his show on a peaceful world is possible when we trust in the Most High. Okay. So he's going to continue that podcast. It's a live podcast. As a matter of fact, when I say podcast, it's not just going to be the audio. He's going to talk about it, but I'm going to premiere his show probably tomorrow, or you will just see it on premiere if your notifications are turned on. Theophilus Silvera, I'm watching from Jamaica. My queen Theo. Oh, my people from Jamaica in the house, in the place to be. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you, Theophilus. Thank you, Silvera. Wait, these are both as a male or female, or because I see Silvera is actually me, and then I see Theophilus is John. Kwaheri, my beautiful family and queen. Thank you so very much. I know it's not easy to put our bundles, but for those that are watching on the continent, that's why the diaspora, this is your show. We have to take it to the next level. If we want to solve these problems on the continent, you already vetoed and put me here to speak on us. Bring all your questions and your challenges here. I'll take it to the right and I will address it. Trust me on that. And we will get only what we want. Okay? And so, concerning the other fight, it's none of our business. We're already there. We're already done. We're already done. Okay? Yeah, so good night to all of you, my people. We see us tomorrow. Same time, 3 p.m. Yeah. Just for another refreshment show before we get on the show with Maponga the King. Hey, you've been hearing about a young revolutionary, the youngest Pan-African on the continent. He's called Mr. President in Uganda. You've heard about him. You've shared a lot about him. Okay, Mr. President is his name. And he is the youngest ancestor in the realm. He joined this ancestral journey on Pan-African Daily 2 years ago, but was discovered last year when he started making moves in Uganda. So I will be having his caretaker and him live on the show, but I just don't want to have him this week. I want to have him in the month of September. That's the reason why, because we'll be celebrating our African New Year in September. You do know that September is our New Year. So I would like to have Mr. President, but he might be on the show just a little bit just to say hello to you. He's the youngest. He's just writing his class 7 living certificate this week that I spoke to him. And so he's waiting for his exams. It means when he would pass. And so he's going to start his secondary school. That's how young he is. We thought that we had Usman Toure, who was our youngest Pan-Africanist when we had him 2020. But now this seed is the youngest, and we're still going to get babies that are youngest. It's the revolution. I just want to say our fight for the liberation of Africa has to be taught from our babies that are born. All the newborn will have a language for them, will have a way to teach them how to defend and to stand for what they know, whether they are born in the diaspora or on the continent. Because this Mr. President started his vision since he was 5, and the parents were confused. Why he's speaking some things? And they thought, like in African typical village and traditional thing, that he was possessed. They thought that guy, like they say, he was possessed. You understand what we mean? And so those of us that are village girls that grow on the continent, you know what I mean. And I started thinking something was wrong with this guy, because he was an ancestor. He is an ancestor. He spoke like every ancestor is in this child. And the president of Uganda ushered him in, and all the politicians, and like he literally, I'm telling you, you'll be speechless. And that's one of the key things, that you would believe we are spirit having a human experience, and all of us are ancestors, and that went and had an unfinished mission. So the earlier you begin to identify which ancestor you are, must not be the frontliners, must not be. If we did finish the work, we would not be here. We're here because it was an unfinished business. A lot of African spiritualities, people manifesting, trying to take the Bible, put it in an African sense of this and that. African spirituality is just you and the daily things you do every day according to the steps of your ancestors. Just like I told you, you wake up, every single thing you give an accountability. It's like a check and balance. What have you been doing with your life? Your ancestors ask. What is it that you chose to come here to do? And we sign a contract. Are you on track? Are we still in tone? I did mine to connect us, to unite us. All of us that are here, we're in the realm of those that will unite and liberate Africa in one way or the other. Anybody, whether from the preachers, the teachers, the prayer warriors, call yourself anything. In this realm, you are here to deliver. And if you don't finish, you come back. You will. Trust me on that. It is now. The best is not even coming. The best is now. It is happening right now as we speak. Yes, we are disorganized. Greetings to you, my African lastborn. I do agree. We are. But even in our disorganization, we are strategic. It is still the plan of the ancestors. The one single thing is we still keep making mistakes that we should be organized according to the template of the world. In our imperfections, we are made perfect. We're not supposed to be the fine ones, keeping the rule, the book rule, the this rule, to be able to make those perfections. We have to define how the world would work in the African space. And we never were. If the world was really organized, the world would not be what it is today, that could not even provide solutions that are human. It is because we always tried to think, and someone always telling you you're not perfect. No, don't be. The intent defines the content. Every intention, every content has an intention. And on Pan-African Daily and Pan-Africanist, in as much your intent, I don't want to call charlatans. That's not what we're talking about. If I say a Pan-African, my last born, you know, if I say a Pan-African, I'm not saying Pan-Africanpreneurs. I'm not saying, there's a mistake now. You look at disability, it's a mistake. In some kind of way, live, you did not get the formation. That's a mistake in Pan-Africanism. Let's be factual. All right? Because that's the first thing that made the whole world, black, white, purple, green, whatever, fail. Everyone trying to follow the rule of perfection. And once you get trapped, you're gone. Professor James said it 1 million times on the show here. Don't follow me. Professor Baina said it one time. It's not Baina. Hear what it's saying, not see what is happening. Not that she's not manifesting what is happening. But why is it we chose the wrong? That's the biggest questions that we Pan-Africans have to ask. What makes us derail? What is it I want to, I intend to, and then I meet a small challenge on the continent and I back up? No, you did not intend to. You also had another intent. Probably you didn't even know. Of course. It's a lot. We cannot continue to talk about our disunity. On Pan-African Daily Season 2, we're going to take actions. And you will see everything fall in place. Most of the disorganization is because, of course, our ancestors caught us unaware. And it was time, because we never were listening in the first place. The Bible had always said it. When the time reaches, you'll be going back to where you came from. You would even know your name. You will know who you are. In Exodus, it's there. Except we're reading things and we're not accepting or knowing where it is. But when the time arrived, we didn't even know. 2020 was just that end of that time. Did we agree on it? Yes, we did. But did we even know what was happening? And we were just running and we were gathering here. It was about information, phase 1. Gathering, just bringing us together. And we shook the whole world. It is because of us that regulations, that the reset actually took place. It is because of you, Africa. The real reset that we thought was being, there was nothing that was figured out. It was actually the wrath of the ancestors. And then we started complaining. George Floyd came. All what was happening. Jerusalem came. And there was the dance, all the manifestations. That was when they started even figuring out that, So there were some people that were even somewhere, because they always did not know us, had never known us, never recognized us, even us never knew us. And that's what should not happen now. Those are the action steps we have to take. Put diaspora African studies on the continent. They don't know. They still call us African Americans. They don't know we are Africans. They don't know the history, because of course we too were fantasizing and just say, oh, we're going back home. Motherland is, if it doesn't work here and then I play here, if I play here and then it, intent is the content. Mr. Brown, look at who is in the house. Africa Lastborn. Did you just see who is behind your door? Greetings to you, Mr. Paul Brown. Thank you, Mr. Brown. I called your name when I started. And I think that was the shock waves that I said. I want to see Mr. Brown here. I'm still waiting for Ernest Parker. I'm still waiting for Kofi Zuma. All of us that started, Lastborn is already here. I already said about it. And you're coming. As you're coming, please begin to excite and make the noise and invite one another, because we're getting into phase 2. I heard it a lot. Nothing was happening. Of course, something was happening. Our ancestors just wanted us to sit and listen and observe, because we were just too much noise at some point. We didn't actually see the facts on the ground. But when we stopped, then we saw all the implementations that were being put against us and the tools of distraction. If we did not stop, we would not notice it. We'll still be dancing and going. But now we're coming back. We're coming back because every step that we're making now is to show us exactly. Because everything that was done is everything we talked about. Everything we testified and prophesied that was going to happen is happening. Dr. Tony Jaja, the peace ambassador of Horn of Africa, said it. It's the war that is coming. I have all those recordings here, and I'll be replaying it. We'll be rebroadcasting to refresh our memories. Because even as we're coming in part 2, if our intentions and our consciousness has moved for one reason or the other, you will still think that we're starting Pan-African for the first time. No, we are not. We are already going back to that place. That's why I decided to come first before Maponga would come on Monday, and Dr. Reverend Ninana is coming on Friday. And in between the days that we'll not be doing a live, we're going to rebroadcast to refresh ourselves. What is the purpose of the rebroadcast? Exactly to tell you all the things that we were saying. Like they take the agenda and they reprogram it. There was no agenda. No agenda. They didn't even know. They didn't even know that we are waking. Now you see, the distraction is now. So we have to refocus. And our refocus is because contingents of the first ships are arriving the continent. How do we get ready for them? It's not just sitting here and just talking. Thousands and thousands are going. The ships that came, and most of our ancestors said, no, we're not going there. They're going back every single day as we speak. The statistics are crazy. If we're still here a little, just thinking, oh no, I'm still preparing. Oh, I prepared. Oh, I tried. Oh, I did this. It's not good enough. Because there are a lot of bad things that have been planned. But as you can see, it's not only on the continent. Those on the continent that are coming to still inherit their inheritance out here are still coming. So it's a whole thing going on everywhere. And because we're the creators and the founders and the origins, it's manifesting. You see it everywhere. Just look around you for a second. Just be conscious for a second. And that's why don't go out without talking to your ancestors, without a line, and you just see it. And you'll be like, okay. Oh, my people, it's so nice to connect to you and have this education going on. But like I said, season 2 is starting on Monday. Maponga Joshua is coming up on 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Reverend Ninana is going to come up to this week on Friday. I don't know who is going to come out on Monday, but in between, we're going to have the rebroadcast to refresh all the things that we did since 2022. Of course, a lot of them, YouTube washed them away. Facebook actually deleted them and stuff like that. But we still have, if you look at our channel, we have about 600. And some of them that we didn't even post. So we'll be rebroadcasting again. So stay tuned and we keep in touch. And we see ourselves tomorrow. I'm still coming for a refresh program tomorrow, live and alone. Thank you so much, Mr. Brown. And like I said, please, this time we're going to fund Pan-African Daily because we're putting up really infrastructures to start receiving our diasporas in their standards and in the way. So it's a service from the Pan-African Daily TV. Those of you who actually made the first mistakes and don't want to make it again, please, our new WhatsApp calls and service number is circulating on there. We don't want to have such things again, okay? Thank you very much. Nigeria just shut down 13 million social media channels. The attack has started. It's going to start even more. You see, we had already spoke about it. How do we prepare ourselves apart from this? Because they're going to give us that possibility and entice you. And one moment you get up, it's gone. In the beginning, it was like a show of, say what you can say, but we're going to put our hearts on you and we pay. No problem. We don't have for now. So it's like I said, how we use it. And we're going to continue on to the morning, the day I send a flyer and then I come here, that's fine. But we'll know where we're meeting. And that's what we want to put now. That's what we want to work on. We'll know where we'll be meeting when we can no longer meet here. Otherwise, we'll just be lost. And that's the distraction we're talking about. African intelligence is real. Africa intelligence. It's not going to take you on surprise. Because you belong to me, I belong to you. You know me, I know you. Yeah. Democracy is a secret. We've shaked the world. Thank you so much, my African last born. Like that you don't know, except you don't have a clue. I was having a shared just shortly with King Maponga yesterday, and we were looking back like, what? You just don't believe it. I said there was no agenda. Quote me anywhere. There wasn't until now. And you begin to see all those invitations or patchwork invitations. I choose who now I want to work with. No, we chose you. You can invite us, give us your dinners, do anything, and we are going to, yes, sir, to you. But an African intelligent, they will go and sit back and like, because we're naturally polite and civilized. That's why we play, not play the game. We're real. But doesn't mean we're stupid. Watch us. You know, so the second season is exactly how we started the first season, and we shook the whole world, the pillars of the world. And a lot of us, even sitting here, we're just thinking that we were, most of the time I heard it here. Oh, we just talking. There's too much talking. Where are we going to work? But the work was in the talking. The thousands of times, the many hours that our teachers, our elders sat here every day, every single day, talking to us. But I said, we're not going into it. What is important on Pan-African Daily Season 2 is the education on how we put structures on the ground, educate us how to navigate, educate us on actually what it is on the continent. How does the continent smell and look like? Challenges you face on the continent, how do they look like? What does it look like? Where do I go to if I'm going to this country? Who do I meet? Who is going to pick me up? Who is going to, you know, at that time in the beginning, my African last book, we were just pouring on everything that the ancestors were telling us. And that actually made us to also to come together. That was the milestone that gathered and connected us. We needed to have done everything. Everything was just planned. There's nothing we can be careful with when we walk in the light. I don't want to complete the sentence. Fear not. Not a single thing except you don't know. Every single thing is planned and designed. Everything is planned and designed. Yes, we need our spiritual teachers well and alive in these difficult times. I think the spirituals, if they are not coming to increase what you're already calling difficult times, because we're in the best times right now. There could be nothing as best as this. And so when we say we're in the difficult times, we're in the best times. And we're making good decisions. And everything is working for us. Trust me on that. We're just so fine. Sure, the difficult times that the global system is going through, the challenges that the whole world is going through, is because Mother Africa keeps crying. And in as much as we cry, the world would cry. It's not it's spiritualist are you and me. In as much as you never doubt the work of your ancestors, you don't even have a single doubt about it. Trust the process is the key word. Whether they dismantle how many times of this, believe me, my African last born, you know what? You were in the front lines. My African last born, you know what I'm saying? We will do African spirituality. We will do African spirituality in the right way it's supposed to be. Like I'm telling you, fear is not African spirituality. If we only understood the role and the balance of Ma'at, you will not fear anything. Every single thing, if your channel has been dismantled or whatever, I said it again just 5 minutes ago. Every content has an intent. Doesn't matter. We said it a couple of times, even on Pan-African Daily, and I said it. Every single thing that we are doing will be brought to light. The exposure is live and well with our ancestors. There can be mistakes. They can also make mistakes and accidents like everything. But with my ancestors, no accident. If this channel today doesn't exist, it is something good, even though we would be hurt, but we must have known ourselves and where to meet before it happens. Our ancestors don't take us on surprise. They don't just do things. If you know the process, it aligns with the content. The intent aligns. I'm telling you, trust on me today. And that is why with the moments we speak, the moments we just have to hush and listen. But you need to trust the process. We are winning. Even the situation happening in Americas today, all this unconstitutional, is the work of the ancestors. What do you think, that we're going to stay a million years here again? At some point, we'll be whipped out, whether we like it or not. And anything that is happening to us is the time and space. When you believe, what happens? So yes, the fear is not us. The knowledge is us, not the belief, not the faith, but the truth is what we are. And that's the key. Because most of us just go into talking about traditional settings, how to pour libations. There's no pattern to do it in African spirituality. If you don't have it, you can never profane it. You can go and put some kind of, no. It's the same thing like churches. Once churches and Christianity started to believe and to know that, to know God or the God according to my culture, doesn't mean they have to be some rituals. The rituals was just another kind of pattern, like let me say business model, where you put all the signs and symbols. There has to be a dress code. There has to be a way people walk in. There has to be, those are packaging. It's like you package a product to sell. But in the real spirit, no. And the truth ones, you don't need that packaging. But it's there because you're given it. All right? So, yes, in this time, we only need the kind of high spirit. We're not here to be talking about things that, even in the political stuff, even in the area of political knowledge that we're going through, we're winning at every corner. Ask me one thing, I'm going to give it to you. I'll show you all the wins that you're getting it. Okay? But that's exactly, we always have been winning for thousands of years. But we definitely always communicated it with that fear of religion. What religion taught us was fear. But even though it's written in the scriptures, fear not, I am with you. Who is with you all the time that you see? Who? You. You are with you at all times. Of course, together with the whole ecosystem, which you are part of it. Okay. So, my beloved, it is not all what we see. We've seen how we've been manipulated because of whatever reasons. Some are true, I cannot disagree, and I really cannot say some are not true. Who am I to say it? They know it all. They know us all. But my own tribe here, our own little family here, we know it too. And we're giving our own mission. And our mission is to pave the way, to share the love among us, to empower and to uplift one another, and to tell us we're fine, and to bring the message that we are in one accord. We are together. Heaven, earth. We are in the stomach. Is the womb. It's the womb of the mother. Look it up and look it down, and you're in the middle at all the time. You're up in the middle. And so the earth has always been a womb. And that's why they always talk about the birth, the mother earth, bringing the birth, creation, whether it's food, whether it's, how many times we need to say it? 1 million times is not enough. We have to continue. That's the deprogramming. Ernest Griffin, thank you so very much, brother. How is Cyril doing? Cyril, is that not in Australia? For me, I think everything. I'm so sorry. It's not a joke. Where is Cyril again? Cyril. Oh, okay. We need our own everything, period. Yes, true. Patron, the same thing, please. Okay. So yes, thank you. We see ourselves tomorrow, 3 p.m. same time on the refreshment, and on Monday we're gonna start that journey. There's nothing about coming to rant here. We had a meeting with all the teachers and all of us that will be coming back in this new series, new season. We are matured. Look at even how we're looking. Our looks have changed, isn't it? We are matured. It's 5 years. We're not babies anymore. We have been weaned from the mother's milk. And so season 2 is more concrete actions on the ground. The ships are coming back. The contingency will start coming back. Have we put our house in order? Is the continent in order? And that's your mission. That's the focus. That's the non-distraction. 10,000 on my left, 10,000 on my side. I will not be shaken. Stay focused. Okay? And that's our mission. We were also on the boat. Maybe we were the ones that jumped under the sea. Being under the seas, our ancestors did not make any mistake. It was not because they were afraid. We always interpret it differently. We always interpret it in the point of fear. There had to be those that had to go under the waters to cleanse the water and everything, so that when we're coming back, no ships or anything will be colliding. Okay? Everything was fine. Everything done was right. Take it and move with it. So we see us. Thank you, brothers. See us tomorrow. Sleep well. Asante sana. I am because you are. You are because I am. I wish your 12:12 alarm clocks are still ringing, because the time is running. We're running out of time right now. Okay? So bye. See you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Invite and share. So, like, our show doesn't even want to end. Can you imagine? Like, the stream doesn't even want to end. It's telling me to continue. Do you want to continue? No. We have to leave. You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.